Show starts in 5 minutes.
Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves.
Here's a new taste treat. The corn dog. Plump, juicy wieners are dipped in a thick, golden Southern-style corn batter that seals in all their freshness and flavor. If you like hot dogs, you'll love corn dogs. Everybody does. Try a corn dog with your favorite beverage. At the refreshment corner now. Corn dogs.
It's 4 minutes till showtime.
Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack. We promise to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, your sweet tooth. So visit our refreshment center now. Let's go!
It's 3 minutes till showtime.
Men, there's a drive-in movie full of juicy people. Wow! It's a trap! Help! It's Pick! We've had it, men.
A pleasant aroma for you, but not for mosquitoes. Pick is easy to use. Light it and forget it. Pick's aroma keeps mosquitoes, gnats, and sandflies away. Pick is the best protection for barbecues, fishing and camping trips, or just relaxing in the yard.
So if you don't want our company ever anywhere, just light Pick and see what I mean? Bye!
Pick is on sale at the refreshment stand now. Show starts in 2 minutes.
Today we're interviewing a stomach.
Hello there.
What is life like as a stomach?
Oh, boy, it was humdrum. I mean, until what's-his-name discovered Tony's Pizza.
Tony's Pizza?
Yeah, I was suffering from the pizza cravings until Tony's came along. Crispy crust and zesty sauces. Wow.
And so now... What's that?
Another pizza craving. Just thinking about Tony sets it off.
Oh, where are you going?
He's going to get a Tony's Pizza, and I follow him anywhere.
Does your stomach send you pizza craving signals? Oh, wow. Tony's, the Pizza Cravers Pizza.
There are words men live by, words of strength, of wisdom, and of peace. We urge you to find the spiritual comfort and guidance we all so greatly need by attending your place of worship regularly.
Show starts in 1 minute.
Yum, yum. It's a meal in itself. Our all-meat super dog. Enjoy one now.
And now, on with the show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the movie quiz. I am your host, Chris Mann Nelson, and in just a few minutes, you and I will be embarking together on a trivia odyssey through 36 questions, all Oscar themed tonight. Tonight is the kickoff of season 10. It's the 10th season, dear God. And this season will culminate in the 100th game. The season finale of season 10 will be game number, let me adjust the mic here. It'll be game number 100. So that's really exciting. You're watching this one live. I'm going to be trying some new stuff this season with some pre-taped games where I will pre-record the game with my guest, cut it down to a nice tight hour, and then you can watch the full interview and game the next day. But tonight you are watching it live. And if you want to get into the game, all you got to do is head to this website right here. No, it's right here. It's been 3 months. I don't know how to do the mirror part. It's play.themoviequiz.com. Head there, sign up, and you will join the game. You will actually play. And I should note the trimmed down pre-cut versions of the show that will happen later in the season. I'm still going to air them in real time on Wednesday nights, and you'll still play in real time. I'll still be in the chat and all that stuff. We'll talk about that at a later time. But once you've gotten yourself signed up, once you are all ready, you picked a good team name, you've signed up, you've hit join the game, you're going to be joined by my guest tonight. You just saw her, even if you didn't play the previous game. You definitely saw her as her game was ending. She hosts her game every night on this, not every night. Jesus, it's been a while. I'm rusty. I got to shake the rust off. Excuse me. I'm glad I picked a live game first, not a pre-taped game after 3 months. So please, anyway, forget what I said. Please welcome Meredith. Meredith is here on the show.
Hi.
Hi, Meredith.
Yes,
thank you.
It's not every day. That would be a lot. It is twice.
That would be a lot. It's Mondays and Wednesdays. Every Monday and Wednesday, Meredith and Peter do their show. Yes, not every day. That would be. It's not. That would be like a full-on Jeopardy schedule. So
for real.
Meredith, welcome back. You and Peter were here for the big Oscar bonanza last year.
Yes.
And we all got dressed up. I did not get dressed up this year, mostly because me and my both my kids have had a stomach bug the last few days. Right after watching Triangle of Sadness, I got sick. So I honestly think I caught it through the television somehow.
Yes, gross.
It was awful.
You were wearing like a tuxedo and your kid barked on it.
Exactly. Yeah, good thing I didn't get dressed up. Jesus. So like last year, if you played the game last year, you'll know that I did it on Oscar night. We played a game, and then it was just a freestanding game though. It was not part of the season, but I had you do Oscar picks. Everyone could make their Oscar picks here in the trivia software, in the Rizio software. But they didn't count. They were just for fun. But this year they're actually going to count. And if you're like Ryan in the chat, happy birthday, by the way, Ryan. If you're like Ryan and you love weird effed up decimal scores, every correct Oscar pick is worth 1/4 of a point because there's 23 categories. So I couldn't put 23 points on the table, but each correct pick will be worth 1/4 point. So a total of 6 points will be you can get if you run the board for the Oscars. So stick around after the game. You'll be making your picks, and then I will update them after Sunday's ceremony. So all of that spiel out of the way. Meredith, how are you doing? How's everything going? How's it been I've been out of the picture. So I've played the game. I've played your game many times, but I haven't been here. Everything's going good?
Yeah, things are good. We've missed having the movie quiz. I feel like for the last 3 months, I've been like, it's coming back, everybody. And I'm glad that it's finally here. Yeah, things have been steady, and we've got the King's Cup coming up this weekend. So it's always a bit of a busy week for us when we've got that going on, but also really fun.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to do that. So if
the Oscars are my second favorite holiday, so I'm very happy to celebrate.
I know that's why I was so happy that you could do it again, because I know that you've got a lot of good Oscar trivia and insight into the ceremony and the history. All right, yeah, and Ryan saying whole numbers are for the birds. Yeah, we're gonna get some weird scores after this this Oscar thing. And I did test it this time. I tested it. It should work fine with the quarter points. It shouldn't be a problem. All right, so let's get this going. Let's put it into in-game mode. Where's my in-game mode? There it is. Oh, it's all the colors. So you'll notice once you're in in-game mode here, I asked you if you want to double your points. You can do a double point game. You have to choose it beforehand. So if you want to make tonight's score, the regular score for the trivia, not for the Oscar points, won't be doubled, but for the trivia, just type yes or no. I'm going to put 15 seconds on the timer now. Just let me know if you want to double down. You can only do it once per season, so choose wisely. If you think you know, if you're like, I love the Oscars, I'm going to be good at that, go for it. Double down. All right. So we got how many teams do we have here tonight? Ooh, 19. Very nice. Thank you, everybody, for that's for TMQ. That's good for TMQ. Those are good numbers for us. All right, you're also going to notice another change this season where I am going to there's going to be more stuff here on screen as part of the whole pre-tape thing and having the show kind of live on as something you can watch later. I'm going to be putting questions up here, so now you'll be able to see your questions here and see your questions in the trivia software as you're playing live. So here are the ground rules. No cheating. Same thing. Same. If you play Meredith and Peter's game, don't cheat. It's dumb. It's a bad idea to cheat. Don't put answers in the chat. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, come on over to that website. It's play.themoviequiz.com. Head on over there and you can join the game. Spelling doesn't count. Last names are fine. You can change your answer before the timer runs out. And most importantly, don't forget to hit submit. Don't forget to hit submit. You got to hit submit. Otherwise, your answers will not get to me. All right. So, Meredith, are you ready to jump in?
I'm so ready. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. So, our first round tonight is called Panning for More Gold. It's all about actors who reprised Oscar-winning roles. Panning for More Gold is your first question. All right. Question number one. After winning for The Fugitive, Tommy Lee Jones came back as tenacious lawman Sam Gerard in 1998's U.S. Marshals, where he chased down another falsely accused man, played by what actor? Your options are Samuel L. Jackson, Robert Downey Jr., Wesley Snipes, or Jamie Foxx. All right, I'm going to put a timer on. Look at this. Look at this now. I've got a timer on screen.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it a little more self-contained.
I like it. I think it makes it more approachable for people who are playing virtually.
Yeah,
like
I know it's a little
maybe like check out the game later or something.
Yeah, I'm hoping to make it a little more accessible for also if you missed a game, you can come back and you can check it out. All right, so the answer here is another innocent man. It's Wesley Snipes. Sam Gerard is supposed to be so good at his job, but he keeps getting all these innocent men snared in his trap. He doesn't care if they're innocent or not, though.
He doesn't care. Yeah.
As he explicitly states. All right, here we go. Question number 2. In 1974, Gene Hackman came back for The French Connection Part 2, stepping back into the shoes of what real-life New York City detective? So I'm looking for the name of the character. He was a real person who was fictionalized for The French Connection. Gene Hackman won an Oscar, and then he came back for more.
Tough one. That first one I was excited about because I'm like, ooh, this was a hint. I did some research about U.S. Marshals today.
I feel like U.S. Marshals has come up before. I feel like it's been discussed, maybe in a previous a previous game.
Maybe
Hang
your
on,
sequels, didn't you do?
Yes, maybe we must. Yeah, because you and Peter played this sequels game. I think, right?
So,
you were
yeah.
here. All right, so let's take a look at the answer for this one. This was a real person. Apparently, it was like very racist and not so great. It's Jimmy Popeye Doyle. Popeye Doyle, who then there was also, I think, a Popeye Doyle TV show and also another movie where Ed O'Neill played Popeye Doyle in something else. So there's been a lot of Popeye Doyles out there. All right, here we go. Question number 3. Greed is good, which could explain why Michael Douglas returned as Gordon Gekko for a second Wall Street film, which had what subtitle? Was the subtitle of Wall Street 2 Money Never Sleeps, The Color of Money, Money Monster, or All the Money in the World?
Greed is good.
I've
never seen any Wall Street movie. Are they worth it? Should I check it out?
I don't think so. I think you're fine without it. Wow, I think we got a social shaping up here. Almost. Real close to a full 100% social. And also let me know in the chat, Meredith, are you playing on Rizio too, or are you just in here in the Are you?
I
just
am playing on Rizio. I'm
okay. Cool.
How am I going to be an optimist?
Okay. Oh, your classic. Okay. Does are the timers matching pretty decent?
It's a little bit off, but it's pretty good though. I kind of like the what you're showing on the screen is a little bit faster than Rizio.
Let me know. Yeah, let me know in the chat if it's lining up. Cause I'm trying new stuff. Gotta spice it up after 10 seasons of this. All right, so the answer here, which pretty much everybody got, it's Money Never Sleeps. It's Money Never Sleeps. Goodness, 95% of teams got that one right. That is certainly a social if I've ever seen one. So nicely done. You all remember. Look at Shia LaBeouf over there when he was just like there was a law that you had to put him in every movie from
apparently.
He was in iRobot and God, he was just in things that he had no business being in. All right. He was fine. He was all right for what he did, but he flew too close to the sun. Icarus LaBeouf. All right, here comes your next question about actors reprising their Oscar-winning roles. Despite dying in the first film, John Gielgud was back as a ghost vision or something in Arthur 2 on the Rocks, playing Hobson, a character with what profession? Was Hobson a banker, a butler, a bartender, or a bookkeeper? What was Hobson's profession in the Arthur films?
The Abyss is saying that you should be canceled for mentioning Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Hang on. Yeah. Yeah. Hang on. Yeah, I will. Hang on. It's coming. The cancellation is coming. But I can't cancel myself when I'm doing the countdown timer.
Interesting.
Because they're both overlays. So hang on. There we go. Now I'm canceled. You can rest assured that I'm I think there's more canceling coming down the pipe. It's inevitable. It's kind of unavoidable. All right, so let's see. He was his butler. Bartender was the curveball there because Arthur is notoriously inebriated as a character, but that character was his butler. All right, let's go on to, hang on. There's the answer. There he is. There's Gielgud's face. All right, question number 5. This one is it's a fill in the blank here. I'm just looking for one word. During his Oscar speech, his acceptance speech, Jack Palance seemingly insulted his City Slickers co-star by paraphrasing his character from the film, saying, "Billy Crystal, I blank bigger than him." But I guess all was fine because he was back 2 years later as Curly's twin brother. So he kind of reprised it. He's basically playing the exact same character. It counts.
Man, a blank like this, you're asking for a lot of joke answers. I hope you get
I know, but I think last year, if I'm not mistaken, I had a category about crazy Oscar speeches.
Sounds familiar.
I can't remember if this was in here.
I think it may have been, because I remember being like, not knowing that Jack Palance had won an Oscar. So
yeah, no, he won for City Slickers of all movies. Like City Slickers is an Oscar-winning film, which is pretty incredible. All right, so
China, you'd be people.
that has a tiny Jake Gyllenhaal in it. City Slickers won. And then City Slickers 2, they couldn't even get who didn't come back for that? Bruno Kirby, I think, didn't come back for that. All right, so let's reveal the answer for this one. I crap bigger than him. It's something Curly says in the movie. If you put a variation on defecation, you got the point. The direct quote is crap, but I took a few different answers there. Man, look at him. He's doing these he did these. This was insane. This was maybe the most insane Oscar acceptance speech of all time. He was just like,
did he do a push-up?
Yeah, he did a one-handed push-up. That's him doing push-ups. But nobody remembered that one line from the movie, so everyone was like, and Billy Crystal was the host of that ceremony, so everyone was like, what why is he like going after Billy Crystal and then like working out on the stage? What is happening? All right, question number 6. 10 years after Silence of the Lambs, Anthony Hopkins reprised his Oscar-winning role of Dr. Lecter in Hannibal. However, Jodie Foster did not return, handing over the role of Clarice Starling to what actress? What actress took over as Clarice?
I've never seen any of the sequels, but Silence of the Lambs is one of my favorite movies ever.
Oh, it's so good. It's crazy because as good as they like. All right, this one is bad. I think this came up last season too. That it's completely insane that Hannibal was directed by Ridley Scott, and that movie is bad. And then the next movie is Red Dragon, which is directed by Brett Ratner, who stinks, and that movie is good. It's like, how did that happen? And then there's Hannibal Rising, we do not discuss at all. It was just a cash in to like Thomas Harris, the author of the books, wrote the screenplay because he's just like, he wrote the book because they were like, we're gonna write a Hannibal book anyway without you. So he's like, I might as well do it. So the answer here, do you remember? I know you didn't see the sequels, but do you remember?
I do know. Yeah, I know it's Julianne Moore.
It is. It's Julianne Moore. Julianne Moore is the answer here. Let's see, 75% of teams got that right. Nicely done. All right, coming up to the latter quarter, the last quarter of the round here. 2 questions to go. Question number 7. What 1985 sci-fi comedy earned Don Ameche an Oscar at the age of 77 in a role he returned to in a sequel appropriately subtitled The Return? So I'm looking for the name of the movie that earned Don Ameche. He was like the second, I think holds the record as like the second oldest person, second or third oldest person to win an Oscar.
Yeah, I know definitely Anthony Hopkins is now the oldest.
Yeah, I read that in research because of the father, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you see The Father?
I haven't seen it.
It's really good. I mean, it's a hard watch, but it's good. The Son, apparently, kind of a sequel with Hugh Jackman. Have not seen that one.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I didn't.
Yeah, it came out in 2022, and anyway, like bad joke, like the Holy Spirit's coming.
Yeah, that's
next.
the trilogy. That's gonna be the or Trinity, I guess you'd have to say. I love unlikely sequels, though. I love movies that are like, whoa, this movie has. Why does this movie have a sequel?
Yeah.
Like like Clerks is a trilogy. Like, why? It's so
And there's
odd.
another coming, isn't there?
Another Clerks?
I think so.
Oh, God, stop. No.
No, maybe I'm thinking Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, yeah, he'll never stop doing that. He refuses to stop. All right, so this one, the movie that we're looking for, it's Cocoon. Cocoon is your answer here. 65% of teams got that right. Yeah, I put in his age too as maybe as a tip. Directed by Ron Howard. This movie, I didn't
love
realize.
this movie. Also,
I
there
haven't
was
seen it.
this.
This was
I'm
like
sorry,
an
go ahead.
always on cable movie. I remember this one and the second one were on HBO constantly.
I think I've only seen it once, so I didn't have that experience of like dropping in on it. But like the one time I watched it, I was like, this is so fun. Also, apparently Wilford Brimley in the movie is only like 50 something.
He's really young. Yeah, there's a Twitter account that's the Brimley Cocoon line. Do you know that?
I
that
do.
account?
Like, oh, you've reached your Wilford.
Yeah,
Brimley
you're now
age.
as old as but it's only like I think it's 51 is the Brimley Cocoon line. He's like 51 years old. Who like that's insane. Like that's how old like
I know.
who
He comes off
like,
so much older.
Hugh Jackman is older than that. Like crazy. Oh my God. It's nuts. All right. So let's take a look at your final question of this round. After they both took home Oscars for 1983's Terms of Endearment, this pair came back 13 years later for the sequel, The Evening Star. And you get a half point for each of these. Half point for each.
One of these people I was looking up a little bit earlier today. I think I'm right about the other, but time will tell.
All right. Time is just about up. Let's take a look at your answers here. There are two answers for this one. It's Jack Nicholson and Shirley MacLaine. Jack Nicholson and Shirley MacLaine are your answers. They both won for this movie and they both came back. And I found an article that was about like people that reprise their roles in movies, and it was just like, should they have? And almost like they gave like a verdict for each one, and almost unanimously every one of them was like, nope, this was a bad idea. Some of them were like, it was like the best any of the reprisals conjured was like, yeah, it didn't do any harm. It was like Cocoon 2 was fine, US Marshals was fine, but everything else was like, this was bad. This was a bad film, and they should not have done it. But it's a paycheck. It's a nice, I'm sure these are all very nice paychecks. All right, let's take a look at your scores and standings here after one round. Still got plenty of game left to play if you didn't start off so great. Stallone, we've got 2 points. Soliloquizer with 2.5. Bedbugs and Savage Beer Garden and Gord Squashington with 4. Ringwoodians 4.5. We Own the City and Short Bus with 5. How Am I Going to Be an Optimist? And me and Michael Down by the Stool Barg with 5.5. Triangle of Madness and the Producers with 6. Ned Schneebly and Sterling Cooper with 6.5. With 7, we got a few teams with 7. Marley's Chains, Avis and Bobo are first and third place winners of last season, if I'm remembering all the way back to 2022. Ariana Hyundai and Burning Down the House, all with 7. Oslo Condition with 7.5. And kicking off the season with a perfect first round, 8 points, Nuanced Neurons. All right, nicely done. Meredith, how do you feel about that after that first round?
Not too bad, but not great.
Not great. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. All right, so that's going to bring us to our second round, which is our picture round. Second round is the picture round, and it's all about modern. I'm using the term modern loosely. It's modern black and white best picture nominees. So it's all from the last 50 or so years, 1970 or later. So I'm going to do this one. If you've been playing the NYC Trivia League game, I'm going to be doing it in that style where I'm going to put all 10 up at once. And then I'm going to give you 4 minutes to fill them all out and hit submit. Okay. So you're going to see them all show up here, make sure that you put them in the correct order. You're going to see them. You're going to see them on the trivia stream. You're also going to see them embedded in Rizio. All right. And I'm giving you 240 seconds on the clock. I'm doing the full 4-minute timer. You'll see it. Let's start it. Here we go.
Whoa.
Make sure that you put them in order. Here, I can go, I'll go full screen on this one. I'm just checking. Oh, sorry, Helsinki. I'm just catching up on. Let me look back on. Yeah, let me just regrade those. If you misspelled Shirley MacLaine, I'm just going through them now. Everything should be good. Everybody who's got points coming their way should have them. How you doing so far with it, Meredith? How's it feeling?
It's going okay. There are a few that I'm not sure about, and others where I'm like, I know instantly. So sometimes I feel when I don't know one, I'm like, well, I just don't know this movie. So I'm kind of stuck. For instance, number 8. What is that?
I know. I purposely picked a tough one for that. If I picked a more obvious image, it would be a little too obvious.
Okay, well that's kind of helpful. Maybe.
Also, just catching up on some of the chat here. While you got about just under 2 minutes left. Helsinki saying that oldest and shortest screen time for an Oscar, Tony Hopkins setting all the records. Ryan saying that Cocoon 2 is a super rare DVD. If you've got Cocoon 2, you might be sitting on a gold mine. And that Peter confirming that the Brimley line is 50, and that Rudd was in that. Rudd passed that line. That's crazy. That Paul Rudd is older than Wilford Brimley was.
I hope Cocoon gets remade with him in the Brimley role.
It's just, they should do a reverse Cocoon where it's like all these sexy 50-year-olds, like all these sexy 50 and 60-year-olds who then like get in a cocoon, or no, the cocoon is in their pool is what it is. The cocoon's just sitting there, but it should just make them all like old. It should make them old. It should reverse.
That's a funny idea. I'd like to see that.
I mean, M. Night Shyamalan already made a movie about getting old by water.
True. Which was terrifying, honestly. Did you see Old?
I did see Old. Yeah, there's some everyone's dunking on it, and it is a little silly, but honestly, some of the sequences were pretty solid.
I think so too. Yeah. Ooh, okay. I'm putting some guesses in here for the ones I'm not sure about. Yeah, there were some truly memorable moments in that movie. I agree. People dunked on it harder than they should have, but
yeah, I think it was just like, I mean, M. Night Shyamalan kind of shot himself in the foot with like Lady in the Water and all that stuff. Like,
yes.
Because he kind of turned himself, but he also blew it with Glass, because he had like a comeback. It's like he had a comeback with Split, and then he had a chance to do his trilogy, and he just could not stick the landing. All right, I'm just going through these, making sure everybody's got their points correctly awarded to them. And I think we're good. All right. So Meredith, which ones were you stuck on?
2, 6, and 8.
2, 6, and 8. All right. 2 is from like the 2000s. 6 is the oldest one here. Let's reveal them here. Let's reveal them here on the stream and also see how people did. Number 1 is Roma, a nominee from just a couple years ago. Number 2 is Good Night and Good Luck, the Clooney directed movie about Edward R. Murrow. 3 is The Elephant Man. That was our most successful audience poll there, 75% of teams. More than Schindler's List, which I'm surprised. I thought Ben Kingsley and a bunch of Nazis back there might give it away. 5 is Mank. 6 is The Last Picture Show. 7, I put a clue up about this. This was a Best Picture winner. That dog was all over the place. That's The Artist. The dog's name was R.I.P. He was Uggy. And if I had put boxing, if I put De Niro boxing, it would have been way too easy. I think it would have been, but that's him. That's the opening scene of Raging Bull, where he's no, it's not the opening scene. The opening scene is where he's on stage. But yeah, it's where he's all heavy. All right, so let's see how we're looking. Let's take this out of here and see how we're looking after. Well, no, wait, you know what? Sorry, I'm rusty because it's time for the lightning round. We got to do, let's do the lightning round. Lightning round is one question that has 4 answers, a quick way to rack up 4 points. So it's going to work kind of similar to the last round, where you're just going to see 4 fields. But for this one, order does not count. Order does not count for this one. All right, so let's reveal your question. Let's take a look at it here. You'll also see it embedded in Rizzio here, and let's read it. John Cazale, pictured right there, only made 5 movies before his untimely death in 1978. Each one of them was nominated for Best Picture, excluding the one that's a sequel. So you don't put the one that's a sequel. There's one that's a sequel. You can't double down. Excluding the one that's a sequel. What were those films? What were those films? There were only 5. We're taking one out because it was a sequel. So you can't double down on it. Let me know what those 4 movies were. Each one, there were some winners, some that didn't win, but all of his movies that he appeared in were nominated.
No losers.
No
call
losers.
a movie a loser. That was nominated.
This movie is a loser. What a loser. I mean, there are loser movies. All right, let's start the timer now.
What a career for such a short amount of time.
Absolutely insane.
Wasn't he like married to or engaged to Meryl Streep?
Yeah, they were basically married. Yeah.
What a bummer. Ooh, your timer started again.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it loops. It loops. I got to remember to, there's a learning curve here.
Sure.
I'm adding new stuff. I'm making things even more complicated for myself, which is probably not a good idea.
No, it's going great.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, let me just make sure that everybody's got their points coming to them. Yep. Here we go. All right. So the sequel, put the original or put the sequel, but you couldn't get points if you put both. The movies in question here are The Godfather, The Conversation, another Francis Ford Coppola movie that was nominated in the same year as The Godfather, Dog Day Afternoon. He acted opposite Al Pacino in that, and The Deer Hunter. There's Meryl Streep. She's right in there. All right. So we got 85% of teams got The Godfather, 60 got Deer Hunter, and then Dog Day Afternoon, and The Conversation was definitely the tough one. All right, so let's take a look at your scores and standings here at roughly the halfway mark of the game. We've got, let's start with 10th place and go up. We got Triangle of Madness with 13, Ned Schneebly with 13.5. The Producers with 14, Nuanced Neurons, Marley's Chains, and Burning Down the House all with 16. Me and Michael down by the Stoolbarg with 16.5. We Own the City with 17. Sterling Cooper Rolling Deli Bets with 17.5. And the Oslo Condition jumping into first place with 18 points. So nicely done, everybody. There's still plenty of game to play, and this is also where people get mad because it's the puzzle round. It's the puzzle round, puzzles, word play, however you want to think of it. This is a type of round that I started, I think, with the Star Wars game last year, and I've used it a couple more times. It's a hidden characters puzzle. So the way that, yes. Peter wants me to cancel myself for this one is actually me canceling myself, not just for mentioning a truly canceled person. All right, so I'm going to give you a clue, and hidden in that clue are 2 or 3 words that hide the name of a character. This round is all about the best animated feature Oscar winners. So the answer will be 2 or 3 words that hide the name of a character from those movies, from that movie. All right. So I've got an example here for you. This one is just to get you on your feet. This sidekick from 2013's Best Animated Feature winner should have melted into a pool after the film was over, but he was back for the sequel. So this character's name is hidden in 2 words. It's in order too. It's completely in order. So Meredith, help me out here. What character do you think I'm talking about?
So it's Olaf.
Olaf.
I'm looking for it in there.
Is
it Pool After?
It is. It's Pool After. Pool After. So your answer would not be Olaf. Your answer would be Pool After. You need to tell me where the character is hiding. The character is hiding somewhere in there. And these aren't going to be like weird questions where I'm making up a scenario to fit the words. It might be phrased a little oddly, but they're all true things. These are all going to be true facts. All right. So here we go. Let's start with your actual first question. This one counts. This title character may have been programmed to stow all Earth's trash, but he also collected the 2008 Oscar. And a point of order, when I use years, I'm using the year that the movie is from. I'm talking about the year the movie was released, not the year of the ceremony, generally. All right, so this title character, and this character's name is hidden across 3 words. In order.
Love it. Animated characters, right up my alley. I feel like I'm going to know who you're talking about instantly, which is going to save me some time in searching for the
that's
names.
the thing. I wanted to make sure that it was no tomfoolery with the clue. The clue needs to lead you to the right character. So I think that's the best way to do it, is go character and then try to figure out where that character is hiding. All right, so who are we talking about here, Meredith?
Wally.
And where is Wally? Where's Wally? Where's Waldo?
Well, he's in Stow All Earths.
Stow All Earths. That's right. Stow All Earths has Wally in it. And he does. He stows all of Earth's trash. There he is with a Rubik's Cube. But he won. He won. And they never made a Wally 2, thank God. I'm surprised that Pixar never. There's a whole bunch of stuff I can't believe they haven't cashed in on, because like they could do a Wall-E too. They could find a way.
I appreciate their restraint. I hope they don't.
I know.
Although I heard there's another Toy Story. Is
yes,
that true?
I was just about to say that. That's insane. Why? Just please.
It's been over twice now. I'm done.
Yeah, you did fine. Like it was perfect as a trilogy. Should probably never have been 4, but 4 was fine enough. So just leave it. leave it alone.
Yeah.
Stop poking him. He's already dead. All right, here comes question number 2. The filmmakers behind this 2003 aquatic title character might have thought that they'd take home one more Oscar when they released a sequel in 2016, but that film failed to get a nomination. The filmmakers behind this 2003 aquatic title character might have thought they'd take home one more Oscar when they released a sequel in 2016, but that film failed to get a nomination, and that is hidden across 2 words, that character's name. Give me those 2 words. Not the character's name, but the 2 words are what I'm looking for.
I'm shocked that that movie sequel was not nominated.
Yeah, it wasn't. It didn't even crack the list.
I gotta say, I like that movie, the sequel.
Yeah, the sequel's really good. Yeah, it's weird that it.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe just thinking sequels are, not art, but then Toy Story 3 is like, everyone loves it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I maybe they just like were like, all right, enough Pixar. I think Pixar did really like Disney 2016. Disney had 2 nominees with Zootopia and Moana, and I think maybe I don't know, maybe the thinking was like enough. That's too it's too much.
Yeah.
All right. So the character, the title aquatic character we're talking about here is Nemo, and you can find Nemo, so to speak, in one more. One more is hiding the words Nemo. That's where he is. All right. Question number 3. The Academy must have really liked when this sidekick character crooned on key when singing I'm a Believer, because they awarded his movie the first ever Best Animated Feature Oscar. And this is in 3 words. Give me those 3 words that's hiding this sidekick character's name. I'll give you some time before starting the timer.
Cute. I like it. I love these. Must be fun to write. Figuring out.
This is actually, I think this is like my favorite puzzle to write, because it's just like find a bunch of words and then figure out like how you can split, like what words lend themselves, what character names lend themselves to being split up. All right, so we're talking about, of course, Donkey. And you can find Donkey in Crooned on Key. It actually, if you say Crooned on Key out loud, you say donkey, basically. So Crooned on Key is, it sounds like you're awkwardly commanding Donkey to sing. Crooned on Key.
It's a weird emphasis.
Yeah, I've never spoken before. All right, here comes question number 4. This superpowered teen from 2018's winner will suit up in 2023 to stop more villains and moral escapades across different dimensions. 2 words. This superpowered teen from 2018's winner will suit up in 2013 to stop more villains and moral escapades across different dimensions. Hidden in 2 words.
Oh no, I don't see it. I know the answer.
I'm just catching up on the chat here. Did I see Puss in Boots: The Last Wish? I did, actually. It was Clara's first time ever in a movie theater a week or 2 ago, and she did not know what to make of what she was seeing. But it was really good. We liked it. All right.
What movie was it? I missed it.
Puss in Boots, the new Puss in Boots. And I also watched Marcel the Shell today while we were all home sick. All right. So yes, as the Swinner points out, looking for Miles. It wasn't Miles. You had the right character, but I needed his last name. His last name is hidden there. It's Morales, Miles Morales from Across the Spider-Verse is the new one. Into the Spider-Verse is the original, and Moral Escapades is hiding the word Morales, the name Morales. All right. Getting booed by Peter. All right. Here comes your fifth question. Whenever talking about 2006's Best Animated Oscar winner, I have to prepare myself to remind people that this character's name is not Ratatouille or Raccacoonie. Two words. All right.
I've got a question about this one.
You got a question about this
one?
I
want to see what the answer is, and then I may have a follow-up question.
Oh, please do. All right. So the answer here, we're looking for Remy the rat. And so Prepare Myself has Remy.
I spelled Remy with an I and put
yeah, it's R-E-M-Y. It's R-E-M-Y is how his name is spelled. So it's Prepare Myself. All right. Hang on. All right. So our next question number 6. In the 2012 race, and for this one, I actually am talking about the year of the Oscar race, 2011 movie. In the 2012 race, Nickelodeon's relatively small film division outran Goliath studios like Pixar and DreamWorks and won the award thanks to this lizard. And someone in their answer did point out that Ratatouille wasn't the 2006 movie. That was Happy Feet. I guess Ratatouille is 05 then, right? You're right.
I would put it 07.
Oh, 07. You're right. What one in 05? Yeah, Ratatouille is definitely 07.
What one? It's a great question. Peter, do you know?
Incredibles was the 2004 movie. 2005.
Was there another? Oh, I think it's Finding Nemo.
Oh, it's hang on, wait. I actually can't say it because it's gonna come up much later in the movie in the quiz. All right, I think everybody who submitted got this right because the answer the lizard we're looking for is Rango, whose name can be found in Outran Goliath. Outran Goliath is your answer. That is hiding the name Rango. All right, 2 more questions in this round. Ooh, this looks weird. Why does this look weird? Because it's bold. It's bolded on Google Slides. All right, the first 2 Odysseys this character and his friends went on predated the animation Oscar, but movies 3 and 4 took home the prize. The first 2 Odysseys this character and his friends went on predated the animation Oscar, but movies 3 and 4 took home the prize. Apologies for how strange that looks if you're mainly looking at the stream. Yeah, the font weight is too high. Yes, that's what it is. It's bold. It was bolded. That's why it does not translate well.
How's it going so far with having people play on StreamYard? Are you getting anyone submitting that way?
Yeah, well, I've done one pre-record already. I've already recorded the episode that will be happening in 2 weeks. And it was fun. We just played in this way, kind of informally. And it was fun to just kind of have it self-contained. And then I got to figure out, I got to do the learning curve on doing like running a video and timing that the right way. But I think that'll be, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to go well. And it'll also make sure that the show ends at a reasonable hour. All right. So this one, most teams got this one right. We're talking about Woody because Toy Story 3 and 4 won, but Toy Story 1 and 2 predate the Toy Story 2 was 2 years before Shrek, which was the first winner. So Two Odysseys is your answer here. Two Odysseys hides the name Woody. All right. And we've got one last question here in this round. And it is, we don't talk about how Disney not entering this character's hit song led to a best original song snub. Runoff voting surely would have earned Mr. Miranda an EGOT. The film did win best animated feature though. So I'm looking for a character name. This movie won, but it won the best animated feature Oscar. It did not win best original song.
Do you remember what did?
No Time to Die.
Yeah.
Which I was like, that's not a great Bond theme. I like Billie Eilish. The weird
thing about that theme was that so it was released as a single in 2020, and then the movie didn't come out for like 2 years.
Yeah. It was so, oh man, that movie, I remember you could like, No Time to Die really like was a great yardstick for how like you could tell how desperate the world felt during the early days of the pandemic by like when they kept kicking the can down the road for No Time to Die and Black Widow. Cause it was just like, at first they were like, okay, look, everybody, we need to stay home and flatten the curve. So we're gonna, No Time to Die.
Flatten the curve.
Supposed to come out in April of 2020. We can't do that, obviously. November. Let's come back. We're gonna put No Time to Die and Black Widow out in the fall. And even then, I was just like, "Are you sure about that?" And then it was just like, "No, okay. Now it's gonna be February. No, now it's gonna be like June." It was like, okay, this is grim. This is just getting more and more bleak by how far these movies are getting pushed down the road till. All right, so let me just make sure that everybody's getting their points. All right, looks good. All right, so we're talking, even though you're not supposed to talk about him, we're talking about Bruno. There's a period in there, so punctuation be damned. His name is still in there. Snub runoff is your answer for that one. 62% of teams got that one right. So Meredith, you went into that round feeling good. How did you come out of it? Did you do well?
I got them all except for Remy because I technically a spelling error.
Well, it's like they say in sports, there's no I in Remy. All right. So let's take a look at your scores heading into the final regular round, not counting the post-credit splits. And remember, also, we're going to be doing Oscar picks after this. If you want to stick around, rip through some categories and maybe get some bonus points based on bonus quarter points, as it were, based on how well you do on Sunday night. All right, let's start with 9th place. Savage Beer Garden and Triangle of Madness with 19 apiece. Ned Schneebly with 19.5. Nuance Neurons with 22. We Own the City with 23. Me and Michael down by the Stool Bar with 23.5. Marley's Chains and Burning Down the House tied in 3rd with 24. Sterling Cooper in 2nd by a hair with 25.5. And just ahead of them, the Oslo Condition with 26. Very, very interesting game. And just a reminder, if you double down tonight, it's these scores, trivia scores will be doubled. Any Oscar pick points will be piled on top of that doubled score. It won't actually be doubled. All right. So this brings us to our double points. I keep saying the word double, but it is time for the double points round. So each question I'm going to ask you has 2 answers, and you get 1 full point for either one. These do not have to be in any kind of order. It doesn't matter. If you put 1 and you know it, you get that point. If you know 2, you get that point. You get 2 points. So this one's called Holy Oscars Batman. and it's going to be all about the intersection of Batman movies, Batman actors, all kinds of Batman stuff, and Oscar winners. All right. So it's not necessarily going to be about Batman movies that won Oscars, but Oscar winners in Batman movies, stuff like that. All right. So remember, each one of these has 2 answers. Each one's worth a point. Let me bring up the round. All right. Here we go with your first question. Back-to-back Best Picture winning films of the 2010s, starring 3-time Batman Michael Keaton. I had to rewrite this question before the show because I wrote it as 2-time Batman Michael Keaton, and I remembered that he's coming back awkwardly in he's coming back
The Flash.
he's coming back as the canceling myself because of the Flash person.
Yes. Yeah, I feel like they're really stuck with that movie. They're like, we have to release it even though we don't want to.
I feel like
Keaton's
I
back.
had this conversation with somebody, and it was like, I think if Keaton was not in it, they would scrap it. They would
too.
I think they would Batgirl it if what is that? They do not know what they're doing.
What a mess. I feel like they're just trying to start over, burn it down.
Such a mess. They are. They're literally starting over with James Gunn.
Yeah,
they're just
I'm hopeful for that.
I mean, I do like, one thing I like about what Warner and DC are doing is like the whole just like, look, there's like 5 different Jokers and it doesn't none of it matters. Pattinson's over here and then there's Affleck over here. I like that they're just like not completely stuck with the continuity that Marvel is getting bogged down by it, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, I mean, Marvel recast Scott Lang's daughter, so they're not totally bogged down.
No, that's true. All right, so these 2 movies here, they won back-to-back in for the years 2014 and 15. It's Birdman and Spotlight. Birdman and Spotlight. If one team went for it and typed Birdman or the Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. They went all in on it. So kudos to that team and your nimble fingers. All right, here comes question number 2. Academy Award winners who have played Alfred Pennyworth on the big screen. So there are 2 actors, 2 Oscar winners have played Alfred. Who are they? Give you some time to type. All right, let's start that timer now.
There's a person who has played this character who really should have an Oscar.
I know. I had to double check to make sure that he didn't have one.
I hope we're talking about the same person. Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis. Yeah, that's the one who should. If they were in their right mind about how motion capture is a performance.
Yes.
But the two that did win is Michael Caine, which a lot of people most people got Michael Caine, but also Jeremy Irons. He's Batfleck's Alfred. And that also, I'd like to introduce you all to the graphic for season 10, Pumping Irons. We're pumping irons here, baby. There's going to be Jeremy Irons content in all, if not most, of the games. Pumping Irons is what we're doing. It was what we're doing here in season 10. All right, 81% of teams knew Michael Caine. 43 knew Jeremy Irons, which is they were those 43. They're pumping irons. They're pumping irons. They're doing great. Pretty good though, because that was hard. All right, question number 3. The movies that earned Oscar wins for Catwoman, Halle Berry, and Anne Hathaway. So what were the movies that each of those women won their Oscars for? Both of them Catwomen, to varying degrees of success.
For a moment, I was thinking that they had won these Oscars for playing Catwoman.
Yeah, no, they did not. They did
That is
not.
not true.
No, almost no one has won for a Batman movie. I won't say how many because that will be a question. But what are
Halle
the
Berry's
movies?
still the only woman of color to win a Best Actress Oscar.
That's crazy.
Truly. Messed up.
All right, pretty good breakdown of teams. Getting this one, some pretty good shots in the dark for Halle Berry here. Swordfish and Gothica. I don't think they're handing out Swordfish awards. All right, the movies they won for is Monsters Ball and Les Mis. Monsters Ball and Les Mis, 52 and 52, an even split both for both of these. About half the teams knew these two movies. All right, here comes your next question in Holy Oscars Batman. Of the three actors who have played the Penguin in theatrically released films, the two who are Oscar nominees. The three men have played the Penguin in a theatrically released live action movie, and two of them have Oscar nominations.
Does it have to be an acting Oscar?
Yes, it does have to be an acting Oscar. That's a great question because yes, an acting nomination because one of them, the one who doesn't have an acting nomination, I think does have producing nominations. So
Win, I think actually.
Oh, for Argo? Oh no, I forget, but you're right. But so the person we're talking about who we're pretty sure I'm pretty sure Meredith's right, does have producing like a Best Picture nominee. That's Danny DeVito. DeVito though does not have any acting nominations. We're talking about Colin Farrell and Burgess Meredith here. DeVito, surprisingly, that was tough. It was a tough one. It was intentionally tough. But yeah, Colin Farrell is nominated this year. I think he's been nominated before, but
it's his first nomination.
It is his first. I thought it might be.
Yeah, and they're making it a TV show. Did you know?
Really?
The Penguin on HBO Max.
Oh my God. I mean, he's great in it. I mean, if you don't like seeing him like that, then you got to cancel HBO Max because he's coming for you. Here, let's see. I'll take that. I'm just regrading. Excuse me 1 sec. All right. So let's look. We're halfway through this round. Your next Batman pairing, these two answers are going to be numbers. Okay. So a number and a number for this one. Part 1, total number of Oscar winners who have played the Joker. Part 2, how many of them earned their Oscar for playing the Joker?
Great
okay,
question.
so part 1, total number of Oscar winners who have played the Joker. Part 2, how many of them earned their award actually for playing the Joker?
I love it. This is my kind of question, Chris. I'm into it.
You like this one?
Yes, I do. In 2008 or 7, I was on Family Feud playing for the Ohio State University, and one of these movies came up in one of the questions, and before we were on, the producers like came up to me and the other girl who we were like going head to head with each other, and they were like, please make sure that you're specific in your response. And it was all we find out it's all Heath Ledger movies, and be specific in your response was about making sure that you say The Dark Knight and not Batman. And the girl beat me on the buzzer, but she said Batman, and then I was like, "Ooh, I have a rebuttal opportunity," and I was like, "The Dark Knight," like such a jerk.
Did you win? How did you do in the game?
We did win, yeah.
Nice. My
Yeah.
family was on Family Feud when I was a baby.
Oh my god.
So I and they won, but it's like a legend in my family that my dad he went second in the finale round. He's gonna be fucking pissed that I'm telling this on Twitch. All of Twitch knows this now, but like my cousin, I think went first, and she cleared like all the number one answers out. So like he said, like he was left just being like saying goofy stuff because he said the right answer. He said the number one answer, and then like it kept getting the.
Yep,
so all right, this one proved a little tricky because most people know there's two, Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix. Both won for playing the Joker, but there are actually 4 Oscar winners have played the Joker in total. Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, Jared Leto, who was not a good Joker at all. He's not good. He's a whole other thing. And Joaquin Phoenix. So there's 4 Oscar winning Jokers. 2 of them won for playing the Joker. All right. Question number 6. Movies that earned, let me reveal the answers here. 2, most people got, and 4 proved a little trickier. All right, question number 6. Movies that earned Harley Quinn actor Margot Robbie an Oscar nomination. She's gotten 2 Oscar nominations. For what 2 movies? It is Morbin time.
Have you seen Babylon?
I have not seen it. It's somewhere streaming, right?
I think we had to buy it to watch it.
Oh, really? I think
it
was on like Peacock or somewhere.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it's on like Paramount Plus, which is the one we don't
somewhere. Have. I like canceled a whole bunch of streaming services that I had, and like then like everything I wanted to watch hit like Tar hit Peacock like the day after I canceled it.
You need to set up some email accounts for your kids and start some free trials.
I know, that's true. And I've been catching up today since we were Desmond was homesick. I watched some of the animated shorts coming up, so I could be I want to sign up for my own game here because I want to log my picks too.
Oh.
I forgot I did that last year. All right, so this one was tricky. One of them was, I think one is easy and one is tough. That's my opinion. Which 2 did you put for Margot Robbie?
I put I, Tonya and Bombshell.
You are right. It's I, Tonya and Bombshell. Those are the 2. I had kind of forgotten about Bombshell when I was researching this. It kind of came. It was like a big award season deal, and then kind of vanished.
Yeah, it wasn't the best movie.
No, not really.
No.
All right, here comes your next question. Question number 7. Batman love interests. I'm looking for the character names here. Batman love interests played by Oscar winners Kim Basinger and Nicole Kidman. What characters that Batman smooches did these 2 Oscar winning ladies play? Making you go back to the 90s, the 80s and 90s for these. All right, timer starting. Did you watch these a lot growing up, Meredith? Or I feel like you either like
I did. I would say as a kid, Batman was definitely my favorite superhero. But like I wish Peter were on my team because he would know.
All right, so this one the two characters that they play were Vicky Vale and Dr. Chase Meridian. I actually posted a picture of Dr. Chase Meridian on Instagram today. Hopefully that led you to the right name there. You can follow me. It's a lot of yellow up there. Jeez, I should change that color for next week. Follow me at Trivia Man. I give out hints, usually 4 or 5 hints, like one per round, to help you out. All right, let's see. 57% of teams got Vicky Vale, 43 got Chase Meridian. All right, last regular question of tonight's game before the post-credits blitz. Looking for movie titles here again. Movies that earned Oscar wins for Commissioner Gordon actors Gary Oldman and J.K. Simmons. What are the movies for which these two Commissioner Gordons won their Oscars?
This is a fun round. I love the idea of like taking something like Batman and going, how does Batman relate to Oscars? This one was fun. This one was fun to write. This was actually a reworking of like one of the earliest rounds that I wrote like 3 years ago. But I kind of just took the basic idea and retooled it. I forget what I even had in the other one. There's also only 2 in a draft of this I had originally. There's only 2 actors who have played Batman who have been nominated for Oscars, which was kind of surprising. Christian Bale, and are we talking acting Oscars? Oh yeah, we are. No, and you know what? I just remembered one. It's 3. It's not 2. It's 3 because it's Bale, Keaton, Clooney, and Clooney. Yeah. Oh, yeah, right. Keaton for Birdman. But right? You could say there's only 2 Batman actors who have won an acting Oscar because, Affleck has a non-acting Oscar. Mm-hmm. He has 2 non-acting Oscars, doesn't he? Yeah, Good Will Hunting and Argo. Yeah. All right. So let's see. We got Whiplash. All right. Let's reveal your answers here. They are Darkest Hour. That's Gary Oldman in there in Darkest Hour, and Whiplash. Darkest Hour and Whiplash. All right, let's take a look at your scores and standings heading into the post-credits blitz here. Let's I'm going to go quick because I do want to get to the Oscar picks and I don't want to keep everybody up all night. We've got Savage Beer Garden in 10th with 30. How Am I Going to Be an Optimist with 30.5? Avis and Bobo with 31, Ned Schneebly 31.5, me and Michael down by the stool bar with 32.5. We Own the City 34, Burning Down the House 37, Marley's Chains 39, Sterling Cooper 40.5, and Oslo Condition. Man, it's still a half-point game, and now Marley's Chains is right there, nipping at their heels, real close. All right, so that brings us to this is the end here of the trivia portion of the game. This is the post-credits blitz. I'm going to ask you 3 questions. Each question has 2 correct answers and 1 incorrect answer. Each correct answer is worth 1 point. But if you pick the incorrect answer, the decoy, it wipes you out to 0. So if you know one for sure and you don't want to risk it, click that one, hit submit, collect your points, and move on. All right, there's going to be 3 of these. They're all going to be callbacks in one way or another to previous rounds from tonight. All right, so here we go with our first post-credits blitz question. We're also going to move. I'm going to be quick on the timer with these. That's why it's a blitz. Number 1, what are the only 2 best animated feature Oscar winners that are not predominantly computer animated? And your options are Spirited Away, Spider-Man, and Wallace and Gromit. What are the only 2 winners so far that are not predominantly computer animated? I think that's about to change. You think? Would you say Marcel the Shell is yeah, I think Marcel the Shell is a shoe-in, so to speak. I watched that today. It was pretty good though. I love it. I never really watched the shorts, but it was fun. It was good. All right. Do you have a favorite short? Because we watched them also. For the animated ones? Yeah. I think
the boy and the mole is gonna win, and I liked it. I thought it was beautiful, but I thought that the ostrich one was very funny and very clever.
So clever. Yeah, I love the ostrich one also.
It's really neat. It's about if you haven't seen it yet, there's like an unauthorized upload on Vimeo, which is where I found it. But it's like a stop motion animation character that becomes aware that he's a stop motion animation character in a well, there's a reveal, so I won't spoil it. Your answers here are the hand-drawn Miyazaki film Spirited Away, the second winner of this award, and Wallace and Gromit, which is the 2005 winner. That's why I couldn't say it before. It's Wallace and Gromit is the 2005 winner. All right, let's see how everybody did. This one I think was pretty straightforward. So that's why I put it up first. Yeah, almost everybody got that right. All right, here comes your next question in the Blitz. What were the first? We talked about black and white Best Picture nominees. What were the first two color films to win Best Picture? What were the first two color films? And your options are Gone with the Wind, An American in Paris, and Wizard of Oz. You can also say predominantly color films. If there were, there's no curveballs or anything. There's no tricks.
This made me think, so speaking of like color film as like a technology that's created, when sound was introduced to film, I learned recently that when the first Oscars happened, that sound films were already happening, but but they were like, that's a different thing. We can't count it towards, it can't be in competition. So they made it its own separate thing where they I think they honored the jazz singer as like, look, you did something different, but Wings is the Best Picture winner because everyone else is silent. Nuts. It's not fair.
Yeah, that's so crazy. It's so weird. The history of how they integrate certain things and are reluctantly come to accept certain technologies is so crazy. All right, so this one proved a little bit tricky. This one was I was surprised when researching this one. So the first one is Gone with the Wind in 1939, and then you've got to go all the way to 1951 for the next color film winner, An American in Paris. Gone with the Wind and An American in Paris. Your tip off here was actually that if you know, Wizard of Oz never won Best Picture, and it was in the same year, 1939, which is like widely considered like the best, like the most stacked year for movies in general. It's like those two, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, a whole slew of classics in 1939. All right, and your final question of the night. This one's maybe worded a little strange, so excuse me. Hopefully I will explain it a little bit. Hopefully it makes sense. There are three characters. This one's hearkening back to the Joker here. There are three characters that two different actors have won an Oscar for playing. One is the Joker, and the other two both coincidentally live in New York City after relocating from an island. Both of these characters that two different people have won an Oscar for playing have that as their backstory. Where do these two characters each come from? And your options are Cuba, Sicily, and Puerto Rico. All right, starting your timer now. Yeah, it is crazy, this winter, that there was not a single color Best Picture winner through the entire 40s. It's nuts. Like I went back and I looked through it and I'm like, man, none of these were in color, especially like Gone with the Wind and Wizard of Oz both made such a big impact in the same year for color film, and then just nothing for 12 years. It's crazy. All right, so these two, did you get this one, Meredith? Did you know this one?
I only went with one because I wasn't sure about the second. I went with Sicily for The Godfather.
Right, because one of them is Vito Corleone, and what's his name? De Niro and Brando both won for playing Vito Corleone. The other is Anita from West Side Story, Rita Moreno and Ariana DeBose. And then making your answers Sicily and Puerto Rico. Sicily and Puerto Rico. Both of those characters lived on an island, moved to New York City, and have two different actors that played them. All right, so let's take a look at your scores, your final trivia scores. These scores could change as the after Sunday's Oscar ceremony, but it's real close, really close. We'll start with who is playing all the way to Solo Quizzer with 19.5, Gord Squashington 21, Stallone with 24, Triangle of Madness 29, Ring Woodians 29.5, Producers 30, Avis and Bobo 32, Nuanced Neurons with 33, Ned Schneebly with 34.5, Savage Beer Garden 35. How am I going to be an optimist? 35.5. Nicely done, Meredith. Me and Michael down by the Stuhlbarg with 37.5. We own this city with 40. Burning Down the House with 41. Sterling Cooper, man, close game. They're in third place with 43.5 and pulling even for a tie. To start off. We'll see what happens after the Oscars shake out, but it's a tie for trivia tonight for Oslo Condition and Marley's Chains with 45 apiece. Very good scores. There's only 50 points in a game. So let's see. For anybody who wants to stick around, if you're leaving, I totally understand it's late. But thank you for playing. Come back next week. The theme is going to be Ides of March. Because we're on March 15th. We're going to be talking about conspiracies, curses, Shakespeare, all kinds of different stuff under that banner. It's also going to be our first pre-tape, God willing. We'll see if I can't make it happen. We'll just go live. So come back. Otherwise, stick around. Let's do, Meredith, are you ready to do some Oscar picking?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. We're going to do it as quick as we can here. All right. First, we're starting with live action short. And we've got An Irish Goodbye, Ivalu, Le Pupille, Night Ride, and The Red Suitcase. Think about those. Make your pick.
Did you see any of these?
I haven't seen any of the live action ones yet. I started with animation because I was just like, I have not seen My Year of Dicks because I was doing this as a watch with my small children project.
That's actually my favorite.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's great.
All right, so let's see. Hang on. I need to I made this one round, so it's like stretched. I have to stretch gigantic to make this work. All right, so for all of these, the correct answer is always going to be the winner is, and then I'm going to regrade them on Sunday night or Monday morning. And you'll get your quarter points. Irish Goodbye seems to be the dominant favorite here. Next, we got animated short, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse, Flying Sailor, Ice Merchants, My Year of Dicks, and An Ostrich Told Me the World is Fake, and I Think I Believe It, which is my favorite. But I didn't sign up to make my picks. But I can log them between now and Sunday, or it doesn't matter. Because last year I did it because I did this right before the ceremony.
Yeah, it was exciting to see how it turned out in real time.
Yeah, and we also last year I also had the chat going on during the ceremony, which was fun for the slap. That was fun to experience that with a bunch of people. But yeah, so maybe I'll come back to the chat on Sunday night. I'll try to be here, and we can all talk and check scores in real time. Ooh, we got My Year of Dicks got a couple votes here, but Boy and the Mole, I think is gonna do it. Probably. All right, documentary short, of which I've seen none yet. Elephant Whisperers, Haul Out, How Do You Measure a Year, The Martha Mitchell Effect, Stranger at the Gate. I want to see How Do You Measure a Year. It's like a guy interviewed his daughter once a year from the time she was like 2 till the time she was like 20 or something. And like the trailer alone looks really cool. You just see this girl turn from like a toddler into an adult. It's crazy.
It doesn't even like Boyhood, but a short.
It is like Boyhood, but like an actual, like a real person. Oh, I guess that was a real person too, but it was playing a character.
Right.
All over them. Okay, this makes all over the map for guesses on this one. I have no idea. This is throwing a dart for me at this point because I haven't seen any of these and I don't know. I think like Stranger at the Gate might be. I don't know. All right, visual effects. Here we go. This one seems like a slam dunk to me. Our options are All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar, Batman, Oscars, Black Panther, and Top Gun. This one seems there seems to one obvious winner for this one for me.
I heard that in the categories, if you're not sure and you haven't seen them, to go with the title that's the most interesting, because chances are that some Academy members
someone voted that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone whose vote matters actually did vote that way. All right, I think Avatar is a shoo-in for this, as do
I hope so.
As does everybody else here, it seems. All right, question number 5. These aren't questions. All right, sound. All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar, Batman, Elvis, Top Gun. What do you think? My gut says one thing.
I was looking at last year's winners, and there was one movie that won in like all of the production categories, which makes me wonder if like that's a thing.
It often goes that way. It often goes down that way. Here, I think somebody didn't submit. Let me open it back up for you. Hit submit now if you can. All right. Time's up. Let's lock it in then. I'm going with Top Gun on this one.
I went All Quiet. It looks like I'm
yeah,
alone.
I mean it really could fall. This year could just go so many ways. There seems to be like production design now. All Quiet, Avatar, Babylon, Elvis, Fabelmans. This is another one. There's 2 for me, I think, that are kind of a coin flip.
Mm-hmm.
I'm between Babylon and Elvis.
Me too.
I don't need to be coy about this. Everyone can make their own pick.
Ooh.
Yeah, Avatar. I mean, but Avatar, I guess but isn't most of the design like digitally rendered?
But like, couldn't you say that for any movie?
I guess that's true. All right, let's see where everybody's head is at on this one. Elvis is our front runner. All Quiet, I think it's between those two based on like what usually wins this award. The voters in this category like those like more like garish, the Baz Luhrmann type stuff. So, but All Quiet could definitely win too. All right, next, makeup and hair. We've got All Quiet, Batman, Black Panther, Elvis, and The Whale. This one could go a couple ways too.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen all of the Best Picture nominees this year?
I'm short 2. I haven't seen Women Talking yet, but that just hit Prime, and I haven't seen Avatar.
What?
I have two little tiny people.
Right.
I don't have
when would you
3
go?
hours. I don't have I can't leave the house for 5 hours.
Makes sense.
But I thought for sure it would be like rentable by now. I'm surprised with all the Oscar nominations. All right, I think it's gonna be Elvis. But I know that The Whale too. To me though, it's just like The Whale is like the one thing. It's like the fat suit. But I feel like I don't know. It could go either way. I'm probably gonna change my mind right up to the last second.
Yes.
All right. Editing, Banshees of Inisherin, or Banshees of Ed Sheeran, as I like to say, Elvis, Everything Everywhere, Tar, Top Gun.
I really hope that Top Gun Maverick wins an Academy Award.
That would be awesome.
It would. I don't know that it will, but I hope it does.
All right. Let's see. All right. Let's see what everyone's thinking here. Everything Everywhere. Yeah, I think it, It could be one of those nights though, where if like something else gets it, it's either I think Everything Everywhere either gets everything or it slips out of its fingers. It's one of those years, I think. All right, costume design: Babylon, Black Panther, Elvis, Everything Everywhere, Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. I'm going Elvis on this one too.
I know that Baz Luhrmann's wife is the costume designer, and like anytime she's been nominated, she's won.
Yeah, I think it's probably between that and Black Panther, because Black Panther won.
Right.
The first Black Panther won this award.
Yeah.
But I think Elvis has a lot. Ooh, even split here. All right. Number 10, cinematography: All Quiet, Bardo, False Chronicle of a Handful of Truths. I don't know what that is. Elvis, Empire of Light, and Tar. I think All Quiet takes this.
That's what I think too. Bardo is an Iñárritu movie. I was thinking of that earlier when you were
is
reading
that what it is?
The subtitle for Birdman. I was like, oh, it's just like Bardo.
Oh yeah, just a needlessly long title. All right, let's see what everyone's thinking. All Quiet. Yep, lots of All Quiet. I think that'll take it. All right, original song: Applause from Tell It Like a Woman, Hold My Hand from Top Gun, Lift Me Up from Black Panther, Natu Natu from RRR, and This Is a Life from Everything Everywhere.
Did you see RRR?
I still haven't seen it.
It's on Netflix.
I'm dying to. I know. I don't have an excuse for that one. I really want to see it. I've been dying to see it. I wanted to see it in a theater. But that's what I think will win too. I
hope so.
I'm surprised it didn't get Best International Feature nomination.
Me too.
That's crazy.
Everybody
loved that movie. That movie made insane money too. Everybody loves it. Nobody doesn't like that movie.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
All right, original score: we got All Quiet, Babylon, Banshees of Ed Sheeran, Everything Everywhere, The Fabelmans. Nice, K Boone. Wanted Elvis to have a little less conversation. All right, let's see. I'm going All Quiet on this one.
I'm going Babylon.
Ooh, look at this! My God, look at this breakdown of guesses. Incredible. I mean, you could like get the sentimental John Williams. He's 90. He's like 110 years old, but I don't think they give him that for that. Maybe they give it for Indiana Jones next year because it's his last movie. All right, doc feature: All That Breathes, All the Beauty and the Bloodshed, Fire of Love, A House Made of Splinters, and Navalny. I don't know enough, honestly, to make an educated guess in this category.
I'm literally going with the only one that I know what it is, which is Fire of Love.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It has something to do with a volcano based on the thumbnail image I saw.
It does, yeah. It's about like a couple who study volcanoes.
Oh, that's fun. Navalny is the guest leader here. We'll see what happens on Sunday night. All right, we got a few more to go. Animated feature: Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, Puss in Boots, Sea Beast, and Turning Red. Pretty solid year for animated feature category.
Mm-hmm.
As you can tell by the fact that I wrote a whole category about it, I really care about this category. I have a list that I've been chiseling away at for years of every nominee in this category. It's like 24 years worth now. I think there have been 23 or 24 years of nominees. I'm close. I'm down to 10.
Whoa.
Down to 10 left to see. Of like 90, I think there are. All right, this one is I think a complete slam dunk for really Marcel. I think Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is gonna GDT is gonna take home his second Oscar for that one. All right, question number 15: international feature: All Quiet, Argentina, 1985, Close, EO, and The Quiet Girl. 2 movies with quiet in the title. I think this one to me is going to be All Quiet. I think.
Yeah, when a movie is nominated for Best Picture and International, it's like it's
I
gonna win
know.
that. It's gotta. I think.
Was Parasite nominated for international when the year it won?
It must have been.
All right, let's see what everybody's thinking. Oh yeah, All Quiet all the way here. I think that's the way it's going to go. All right, question number 16, getting into the bigger categories here. Adapted screenplay: All Quiet, Glass Onion, Living, Top Gun, Women Talking. This is a coin flip for me on this one.
My favorite is Women Talking, so that's what I want to win. I'm trying to vote from my heart.
Yeah, that to me it's either that or All Quiet on the Western Front, which is there was going to be a question about this maybe in the Blitz before, so but I scrapped it for something else. There have now been 2 years in a row where a previous Best Picture winner, a remake of it, has been nominated for Best Picture 2 years in a row now, because West Side Story and All Quiet on the Western Front was like the third or fourth Best Picture winner ever.
Wow.
And so we'll see what gets remade next year.
Yeah.
All right. Pretty even split. Actually, no, 38-19 between Women Talking and All Quiet. We'll see. I really don't know. There's a lot of categories this year where I'm just like, I don't know which way it's going to bounce. All right. Original screenplay: Banshees of Ed Sheeran, Everything Everywhere, Fabelman's Tar, Triangle of Sadness. There's another one I'm having a hard time pinning down.
It's a hard time. I want the Fabelmans to win because, oh gosh, who did he write it with? Steven Spielberg and Kushner.
Tony Kushner.
He's never won. Tony Kushner is like an amazing playwright.
He's got like 1,000 Tonys.
Yes.
I think my pick, I think this is going to be like the one award Banshees gets. I think
Martin McDonagh.
They like Martin McDonagh. I think it's not going to win anything else really. So I think it's going to go that way. All right. Supporting actress in a supporting role: Angela Bassett, Hong Chow, Carrie Condon, Jamie Lee Curtis, which is all one word for some reason. And Stephanie, how do you say it? Is it Stephanie Sue or Stephanie Shu?
Shu. I think.
She would be my person. I don't think she's going to win, but she's the one I would vote for if I were in the Academy.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of want Jamie Lee Curtis to win.
It's either her or Angela Bassett, though. One of them is going to take it.
Yeah.
I don't know which way I don't envy. She has momentum. She won the SAG award. So it could be. All right, we're getting into the big ones here. Actor in a supporting role: Brendan Gleeson, Brian Tyree Henry, Judd Hirsch, Barry. How the fuck do you say his name? Keoghan. And Ki Kwan. This one's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I really think all the Banshees nominees are going to cancel each other out.
Yeah, though he was good. Barry Keoghan was very good.
So good.
I didn't even really like the movie, but I thought he was really good. All right. This one, I think short round, taking
100%.
All the way. Taking it all the way.
Oh, one Brendan Gleeson.
One Brendan Gleeson in there. One lone Brendan Gleeson. Donald Gleason's playing the game tonight. That's why he can't not vote for his dad. All right. Lead actress. Another one that I'm like, Cate Blanchett, Ana de Armas, Andrea Riseborough, Michelle Williams, Michelle Yeoh. 2 Michelles. I really don't know. I think Cate Blanchett.
Michelle Yeoh. I think it's neck and neck.
It's neck and neck. But Cate Blanchett, I think maybe had maybe the better performance. Maybe. But she also has 2 or 3 Oscars. Whoa, big
Michelle.
Michelle Yeoh pull here. All right, interesting. It's tough. They're both really good.
Mhm.
All right, lead actor Austin Butler, Colin Farrell, Brendan Fraser, Paul Mescal, and Bill Nye. Everyone keeps saying Austin Butler is like right on. I still think I'm still going with my man,
Your man Brendan.
my Encino man.
Me too. I want him to win. I
No,
want to see that.
I'm staying in Encino with Brendan. Hell yeah! So is the TMQ crowd. All right, just a couple questions left here. Best director: Todd Field, Daniels, McDonough, Ruben Östlund, and Senior Spielbergo.
Oh, I heard another trick for figuring out who you're gonna vote for if you fill out an Oscar ballot is to go, what is the most this thing? Who's the most director? And that might
I mean, I think the Daniels are gonna take it. I think Daniels got it locked up.
I do too.
Let's see what the crowd is thinking. Yep, most people breaking that way. And best picture, All Quiet, Avatar, Banshees, Elvis, Everything, Fablemans, Tar, Top Gun, Triangle of Sadness, and Women Talking. I think there is this one might be 100%. I don't know. I think and there I've got a bonus prediction for everybody to make because their stupid Academy has 23 categories instead of 24. It's not evenly divisible by 4. Messed up my quarters thing. All right. So let's see. What does everybody think about Best Picture? Oh, Everything Everywhere. Everybody's going for that one. All right. And the last thing, to your last prediction here, bonus prediction. When will the ceremony end? 11 p.m. Eastern or later? 11:01 p.m. Eastern. I'm sorry, 11 p.m. or earlier. 11:01 or later. The correct answer is it'll be too long either way. But this will be worth it's just choose between the two. Do you think it's going to end before 11 or earlier, 11:01 or later? It's worth
I'm in the minority who thinks that it's never too long. I want more always.
I'm always excited and then I'm exhausted by the end. I'm just like, all right. I get it. Everybody thinks 11:01 or later. All right. So that finally, the Oscar nominations always take a long time. So Meredith, thank you so much for being on the season premiere. I hope everybody had a great time. Thank you everyone for sticking around for an extra 30 minutes to do the Oscar nominations. I have fun doing it. I think I enjoy doing the predictions as part of the show. All right. So enjoy. I hope I will update that. I'll let everybody know how it's going. So check it out. Watch the Oscars on Sunday. Maybe you'll get a bunch of quarter points that'll add up to something of substance as you start off season 10. Meredith, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. It was so fun.
It was great. And everybody play Meredith's game. Play on every day. It's on every single day, including Saturday and Sunday. It's on Monday and Wednesday at quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. Play the game. Get in there. All right. I'm going to get out of here. Let everybody go to bed. Have a great week. See you back here next week for the Ides of March. Enjoy yourself. Stay safe. Watch the Oscars. Watch the nominees. McClunky.